Wow, Jody Morris, what a night it was at Molineux. Great to have you with me, mate. It's still very much, as the Arsenal fans watching will know, in Arsenal's hands. However, for the first time, it is also in Manchester City's hands. Is this now Pep's title to lose, if I phrase it that way?
Yes, I suppose you can say that. I mean, that's purely in the running, it has to be. But this is not a Man City team that we're used to seeing in previous seasons. I know last year they wasn't great. But again, this year, I don't think they've performed to the levels that Pep is used to his teams performing at. And I think there's been plenty of periods and opportunities during the season already this year where they've had opportunities to close gaps and they've fallen themselves. I think it's been that type of season, and that's the reason why I still believe that it'll be Arsenal that will get over the line, because of how vulnerable this City team are defensively.
We heard from Bukayo Saka there. He says Arsenal's players are not feeling the pressure. Do you genuinely believe him when you watch the last couple of performances?
No, I don't. But that's not to say that I'm knocking him for saying that. I think as a player, and you should be coming out saying those things. And listen, they might not be feeling it and openly talking about it. It might just be a subconscious thing. I just believe that if you ain't feeling pressure now, considering what's happened in previous seasons, then when will you feel pressure? Because, I mean, they all of them want to get over the line and want to get this monkey off your back, if you like. And I believe that Arsenal will do it this year because of how strong their squad is.
How do you think Mikel Arteta quite literally manages the situation of this pressure cooker now within his squad?
Well, I think first and foremost, he's got experience in this area that before. A lot of the squad have got experience in this area where they have fallen away. I mean, a lot of critics have pointed the finger at Arsenal previously, and I believe maybe 3 years ago they can say that, from where they kind of fell off a cliff a little bit towards the end. But Arsenal was still getting stick when I think it was either last season or season before, where they won sort of like 8 or 9 games of their last 10 or 11. It's like, that's not a team that's fallen away. I believe if they do something similar this season, then I think they'll end up winning the league. But I believe Arteta will do similar to what he done, I think, when he spoke after they lost against Man United. And he just said, look, we need to gather our thoughts, make sure that we park that poor result against Man United. And they went to Leeds a few days later and absolutely spanked them. So I believe we'll get something similar from Arsenal.
And look, let's be completely honest, Manchester City are not really convincing anyone, are they, as well? And since the turn of the year, they have picked up exactly the same number of points as Arsenal in those 8 games. It's 13 from a possible 24. I mean, that's mid-table form. But come on, those guys would have been watching the game last night. Pep won't admit it, the City players won't admit it, but they would have been dancing around their living rooms thinking this is now a chance for us. And they will be thinking, will they not, Jody? This is Arsenal's. The heads have gone it.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what you need to be like spreading throughout that Man City dressing room. They'll be reminding themselves, saying, look, we've been in this position before, we've been behind Arsenal, and we've managed to get in front of them. But again, as I said, I believe that Arsenal have got enough in the tank to keep City at bay.
Yeah. Right, let's get to the fans, shall we? Because Sky Sports have partnered with Finalysis, our app, which of course discovers true fan opinion. And to have your say on your club, download the Finalysis app right now.
Finalysis has partnered with Sky Sports to empower fan opinion. On the Finalysis app, you share your player ratings, your manager ratings, and your opinions on everything to do with your club, so that Sky Sports can put fan opinion at the heart of their football coverage. Scan the QR code to download the Finalysis app.
And joining us live now is Jamie Kent, Arsenal fan. Jamie, good morning to you. There's a lot of heat, as I'm sure you're aware. I don't know what the phone's been saying overnight, coming your way. And of course, the Arsenal supporters' way as well. There's even people saying you've got to rename the dog Win at the training ground. Well, how are you feeling this morning?
Yeah, look, yesterday it was great for, an hour. And after that, I had no idea what happened. It's a performance in which you can't get away from it. Arteta said to yourself, take it on the chin. It was cowardly. It was pathetic at times. You've gone to a team with all due respect, might be the worst in Premier League history at this rate. And you've kind of gone 2 up and gone, that'll do. We've seen City, Liverpool go to these sort of games in the past and get 3, 4, 5, get goal difference up. And for some reason we'd set up differently and thought, yeah, that'll do. And no, you can't do it in the Premier League, even against a team like Wolves. And like Arteta said, take up the chin. It's our fault. We've now got to respond. And what a game on Sunday to do it against Spurs. But before that, questions all around the club for sure.
Do you feel that pressure inside? Just explain what's going on inside that body this morning, Jamie, because is it the same thing as what's happening inside the Arsenal players when you watch them?
You know, for the first time all season, last night was one night I struggled to get to sleep. It was in my head. It was constant of, we're going to do it again. Is this going to happen? And look, what's getting me through it is the City aren't the City of old. Mm-hmm. They're still a great team, but they are not the team, you know, Centurions or even the ones to get 90 plus points. That's the only thing right now that's keeping me somewhat calm, that we can still do this. And I do think we still do it. Maybe it's not as clear as we thought weeks ago, you know, 6-7 points. But I do think if we can go to the Etihad with at least a 4-point gap, I think we can see it through from there.
Jamie, do you think the game next being Spurs is exactly what you need as a club to bounce back from this? I know it's obviously a derby and it's always going to be a tough fixture, but it's almost like if I was a player or a manager, this is the type of game that I would want, because you don't need any team talks to go in and face your North London rivals, do you?
100%. That's the one game of all the games of the season you think, right, okay, regardless where it is, whether it's at the Emirates or at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, you don't need any pre-match talk, you don't need anything. Just look at the fans, look at them at the stadium, look at them before the game. That's the one game, if you're wearing the cannon, you have to be up for. No exceptions at all.
There could be another side to that question though, that Jody asked. And Tottenham fans, I mean, does Igor Tudor even need a pre-match team talk? From a Spurs point of view, they say, look, you want to get some respect back on this football club's badge. Here's the North London derby at our place. You know, they don't need motivation to dent your title race, do they?
No, they don't. Look, they need the points as well. They're not in a relegation scrap, but they're certainly in the bout situation. You know, a few bad results could really turn them the wrong way. But like I said, Arsenal got league dreams, Spurs got relegation worries. For me, this year's chance to show your quality. We're a better team than them, better squad than them. They've got the injuries. Yes, they'll be a bit up for it, especially with a new manager. But this is the perfect time for Arteta to get the players in and go, look, you want to win it? You want to be history makers? Start now. Then you got Chelsea after that, which is another big game.
Yeah, you better get the points in now, Jamie, because obviously you ain't going to get that many points against us.
Jamie, come on, be honest, because this could be, right, and I'm winding you up a little bit here, but it could be a quadruple of second-place finishes in 4 years. Would this be, if that is to happen, the hardest of the bunch to take?
Oh, by a country mile. Country mile. The first year, we didn't expect to be there. Second year, we went toe-to-toe pretty much, end of the season. I think it was 11 wins in the last 13. Last year, we had a few injuries, and Liverpool were just better. This year, a complete and utter meltdown. Bottle, throwaway, whatever you want to call it, pathetic. Nothing short of that. And if we don't win it, come what may, the club needs to have a real think about what is it? Is it the players? Is it Arteta himself that can't get it over that line? If saving grace, we somehow win Champions League, it's not replaced the Premier League at all, but it's definitely gone, okay, you've done that. Why can't you transfer that to domestic football and win the league as well? And look, a Carling Cup or Carabao Cup and FA Cup, that won't fix it if we don't win the league.
But there was, as there always is, and there was with Liverpool a couple of seasons ago, all this talk of, quadruples. And it's still on the cards, right? All four are still on the cards. But come on, tell me how many you think Arsenal are going to get over the line out of 4.
Look, a few weeks ago, media were saying it, and rightly so, we'll top the league by a few points, League Cup final, top of Champions League. Real chance. And I do still think we'd win a trophy this year. Which one is it? I couldn't tell you now. That game in Wembley in a few weeks, that's now huge. If City win that, and within smelling distance of us, they're going to smell blood, and they're going to really try to track us down. And have we got the bottle? You wouldn't say yes right now. So it's a big one, but I think we win something. And I'll still say hard. We win the Premier League. I'll stick to my guns. I've said it all season, but it won't be as clear cut as I was hoping it was going to be. Jody,
what are you saying? 0 to 4. What are you giving Arsenal?
Yeah, I'm giving them 2. I think they win one of the domestic cups, and I think they win the league. I agree. I think the Carabao Cup is going to be huge for both teams, both squads. I think us in the media or fans, however you want to call it, I think whoever wins that game, we're all going to put all our money and shove it in on the victor of the Carabao Cup, but I still believe there's going to be enough in the tank for Arsenal to get over the line in the Premier League. Purely, like, I think I agree with Jamie, and I know Will don't like to hear it, but this City is not the City of old.
Jamie makes a great point. I mean, you probably, as Arsenal fans, aren't that worried about City based on this season, but you're probably thinking more about the muscle memory that Pep Guardiola's got and getting it done, right?
Well, I think it's still Man City, it's still Pep Guardiola, it's still Haaland, it's still got world-class players. They haven't been performing this season, but they're still that close to us, and that says a lot about it as it is. We've been good in times, obviously, since January. You said it before, the form's the exact same, but they are definitely winning games a lot more easier than we do. Every game we win, bar maybe Leeds and Sunderland, bit of a struggle. We kind of just get over the line. They seem to, the Fulham game 3 weeks ago, 3-4 up at half-time, that was them done, and we just don't seem to do that, which is really strange because our attack is really good, but we just can't. I don't know why we can't.
Jamie, what do you think about your defence? I know there was obviously a goal for the equaliser last night where it's like Ray, has he called for it? As Gabriel, should he have moved out of the way? But considering how your defence started the league, I mean, where they are now, I mean, they seem to be conceding a lot more goals, don't they? What do you think? What's the reasons behind that?
Yeah, I mean, could it be nerves? I'm not sure. We started the season, like you said, so on fire. And there's been twice this season now, Ryan Gabriel have had that similar mistake away at Sunderland, last-minute equaliser, and obviously last night. And look, a goalkeeper, if he's going for it, you've got to shout. We obviously don't know. We can only assume he did. As a defender, you've got to kind of either trust your goalkeeper or be the one to go, cool, I'm getting rid of this. I'm taking the initiative. But we're looking... Timber's looked a shade of himself recently. Ben White was on the bench last night. I don't know why he didn't come on. Nketiah has been looking better. Calafiori is usually the starter, but even Saliba, we saw it the last few weeks, a big striker against him. He's looking a bit fragile and a bit not himself. And we're used to seeing this almost world-class centre-back for the last few years. He's now... Is he getting a bit scared? Is Gabriel getting jittery? It's so weird to see these two, especially the jittery ones. They've been so calm, so... I just hope Gabriel Heinz is having a word of him the next few days.
Jamie, you're sounding jittery. I can sense it.
No, as like I said, I still think we'll win the league, but muscle memory's there. We've done it before. We've fallen away at the last hurdle, and I don't know. It does all kind of hinge on that Carabao Cup. If we can win that, I think, like you said, we follow through. It's just if we, same as last year, get a Turf Champions League draw, maybe we get City in the semi-final of the FA Cup as well. All of a sudden, you've got your whole season down to 2-3 weeks of football, which is not what you want. That's a lot of pressure, and clearly they can't deal with it.
Jamie, I just wonder how much the psychology comes into play here as well, because you guys have been top of the Premier League since, I think it's match week 7, right? Manchester City haven't been top since the first game when they beat Wolves, and that doesn't count after one game, does it? So the fact that, and it's not a fact, but if you were to not win the North London derby, right, and you would just say to take a point in Igor Tudor's first game, away from home, by the way, and Manchester City beat Newcastle and then go and beat Leeds because they played before you, City could be top before your next game after the North London derby. And then you build up towards that League Cup final at Wembley and then the big meeting in the Premier League at the Etihad on the 18th of April. Psychology's huge, isn't it, when it comes to run-ins?
Massive. And last night was massive because we had won the game. We'd have always been in front of them due to our game in hand against Palace not being put into a week yet. So that was a huge chance for us to really go, cool, we're going to be in charge. We're in front, you catch us. And now, if second we drop a point, whether it be against Spurs on Sunday or Chelsea next week, they're going to be there. I fully expect them to, even though they've not been that good this year fully, I still expect City to win most games. Even watch them. They do let in chances. They've got the players to kind of counteract at the other side. So it's a big chance now. And they play, like I said before, us most of the time. But I just keep going back to that game against Spurs. You cannot ask for a better game as managers, as players, as fans to go, right, okay, you want to do it? Prove to the fans you want to do it. Because after last night, there's a lot of doubt in the fan base.
And with everything that's been said over the last 10 minutes, Jamie, where do you sit then now? Bearing in mind there'll be a lot of Arsenal fans watching, hanging on the air every word here, ready to come for you. Where do you sit with Mikel Arteta's future if he doesn't get the Premier League over the line?
Doesn't win the Premier League. I don't think he'll be sacked, but I can see a world in which he walks himself. He's that sort of man. He goes, if I can't do this here, maybe I can't do it. And look, if he wins Champions League, then it's a different question. But the Premier League and nothing else, not sacked, but definitely he'll look himself in the mirror and go, "Am I the man for this?" And
Jody?
if he's here come July,
We
I'll
can
be
tell
shocked.
you're a City fan, Will. I can't believe you've
supposed
asked
to be
that
a secret,
question. I can't believe you've asked that question there.
Just a question, just asking.
No, he's got to stay. He's done a great job.
Got to stay. So zero trophies, got to stay. You'd be in that camp, Jody, yes?
Yeah, if he's unlucky in all 4 trophies, I would stick with him.
Unlucky in all 4 trophies? What, so you lose the League Cup final against City? Champions League's a lottery, Jamie, isn't it? I mean, look how many great teams don't win the Champions League. And the FA Cup is a bit of a lottery in terms of the draw that you could get, right? So, I mean, actually, the one that you thought that was the given was the one we're talking about.
Yeah, 100%. The one a few weeks ago, you'd go, cool, Premier League's kind of not done, but that's in the back burner now.
Yeah.
Can we do the Carabao Cup? Can we do the FA Cup and Champions League? And now it's going, oh, can we do the Premier League? Oh, okay, what about just the FA Cup? And just the FA Cup and Carabao Cup will not do for this season. It has to be one of the big 2.
Jamie, let's just finish. Are we going to the final day, Premier League? Palace, you've got City, got Villa at home?
No, because I'm going to the last home game of the season. I want to see the trophy lift then, so we're going to win it on the last home game.
Which is Burnley, I think, isn't it? Yeah, we're going to see Jody's draw up of how these title points pan out a little bit later on Fan Club. Jamie, good call, mate. Thank you very much.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Right, next up, it is the North London Derby, and it's on Sunday. The stakes have rarely been higher for both clubs. You can see it live from 4 p.m. on Sky Sports Premier League.